The NBA trade deadline has a way of revealing uncomfortable truths. Long before any official move is made, subtle signals begin to emerge. Executives speak carefully. Rumors circulate with unusual persistence. And when a team starts sending out quiet messages that it may actually keep a player it had been actively shopping, league insiders often recognize what that really means. There is no market. Right now, that reality appears to be confronting the Boston Celtics in their ongoing attempt to move guard Anfernee Simons. Behind the scenes, according to a Western Conference executive, Boston has been trying for months to generate trade interest in Simons. And despite the team's public calm and the player's solid on-court contributions, the response around the league has been consistent. They're still trying, the executive said, but the market just isn't there. On the surface, this situation may seem confusing. Simons is not an unproductive player. In fact, he has adapted well to a new role with the Celtics after spending the previous 3 seasons as a starter in Portland. Coming off the bench, Simons has provided instant offense, spacing the floor and giving Boston a reliable scoring option in second-unit lineups. He is averaging just over 13 points per game, shooting efficiently from the field and hovering near 37% from three-point range. Those numbers typically belong to a player with value, especially for teams searching for scoring punch. But the NBA is rarely about production alone. Contracts matter, timing matters, and leverage matters most of all. For the Celtics, the issue with Simons is not performance, it is financial pressure. Boston is staring at a luxury tax bill that could spiral into punitive territory if left unchecked. The organization is trying to carve out more than $12 million in savings to slip under the tax threshold this season and avoid the harsh consequences of repeater tax penalties down the road. From a purely mathematical standpoint, trading Simons is the cleanest path to that relief. His contract, worth $27.7 million and expiring at the end of the season, is large enough to make an immediate difference. Move that salary, and Boston gains breathing room. Keep it, and the financial squeeze tightens. That's why the Celtics have been actively exploring options. The challenge is that the rest of the league sees the situation just as clearly as Boston does. Simons is headed for free agency. Any team interested in acquiring him understands that they could simply wait a few months and attempt to sign him outright, without surrendering assets or absorbing a full season salary. In a league where cap space and flexibility are prized, patience often wins. As one executive put it bluntly, many teams like Simons as a player. They just don't like him at that price. This dynamic strips Boston of leverage. Potential trade partners know the Celtics are motivated. They know the deadline pressure will increase, and they know Boston's options are limited. One theoretical pathway involved the Brooklyn Nets. On paper, a deal sending Simons to Brooklyn in exchange for a package of younger players could help Boston slide under the tax line. But reality complicates that scenario. The Nets possess cap space, but little incentive to use it to bail out a conference rival. Any such deal would likely require Boston to attach draft picks as sweeteners. That's where the calculus becomes uncomfortable. A future first-round pick, especially one in 2026, is a steep cost to pay simply for financial relief. Draft capital is one of the few remaining tools teams can use to reshape their rosters in a constrained cap environment. Giving that up for short-term flexibility forces the Celtics to weigh today's savings against tomorrow's opportunity. And so far, Boston has not been willing to cross that line. The larger issue remains unchanged. There is no urgency from the league to acquire Simons right now. Because he is an expiring contract, teams can afford to wait. Because he is productive but not transformative, no franchise feels compelled to act early. And because Boston is the one seeking relief, not the other way around, the balance of power remains tilted against them. Despite this, the Celtics continue to explore possibilities, quietly, patiently, still trying. In the meantime, Simons has handled the situation with professionalism. Being the subject of trade rumors is never easy, especially when those rumors linger for months without resolution. Players hear the noise, they feel the uncertainty, they understand what it means to be on the block. Yet within the Celtics organization, there has been consistent praise for how Simons has responded. Team president Brad Stevens recently spoke openly about his appreciation for Simons' mindset. By Stevens' account, Simons has embraced his role, accepted his circumstances, and focused on contributing however he can. He has not sulked. He has not disengaged. Instead, he has leaned into the areas where he can help the team win. Offensively, everyone in the building knows what Simons is capable of. He can catch fire on any given night. He can stretch defenses. He can change the tempo of a game in a matter of minutes. What has stood out even more, however, is his growth on the defensive end. Defense has never been the calling card of Simons' career. But with Boston, effort matters. Commitment matters. And Stevens has noted clear progress. Simons has competed harder, stayed engaged, and made opposing guards work. In a system that values collective defense, that growth carries weight. From a basketball perspective, this makes Simons useful. From a human perspective, it makes him respected. Still, respect does not always translate to resolution. As the trade deadline approaches, Boston may need to confront an uncomfortable outcome, finishing the season with Simons still on the roster. If that happens, it will not be because the Celtics didn't try. It will be because the league dictated the terms. There is also the possibility that Boston pivots in a different direction. One alternative involves forward Sam Hauser, a highly efficient shooter on a team-friendly long-term contract. Moving Hauser, potentially paired with another salary, could help the Celtics achieve their financial goals without sacrificing future flexibility. But that path comes with its own cost. Hauser's contract is valuable precisely because it is reasonable. Teams covet shooters on affordable deals. Giving that up would alter Boston's rotation and spacing in meaningful ways. Every option carries consequence. This is the modern NBA reality. Success brings constraints. Championships bring bills. And maintaining a contender requires navigating a maze of financial rules that often force difficult decisions. Anfernee Simons has found himself at the center of that maze. He is not the problem. He is the solution Boston hoped would come with an exit ramp attached. But until another team decides the price is right, that ramp remains closed. For now, the Celtics continue forward. Simons continues to play, the rumors continue to swirl, and the front office continues to weigh every call, every scenario, every possibility. Trade deadlines are not defined by noise. They are defined by leverage. And until that balance shifts, Boston's situation with Simons remains unresolved. The question is not whether the Celtics want to trade him. They do. The question is whether anyone else wants him badly enough to act. As the days tick closer to the deadline, that answer will shape not only Boston's financial future, but the composition of a roster still chasing championships in a league that never stops evolving. If you enjoyed this in-depth NBA analysis and want more breakdowns on trades, front office strategy, and the business behind basketball, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's next.